Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New Orleans Saints. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Callaway, the return man. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
A run for Kamara on first down, but the running room closes up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On play action, they'll throw.
That's caught by Marquez Callaway.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Saints first down.
To throw now on first down.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's second and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Here's second and 8. That is caught by Callaway.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
2nd and 16.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Back to throw here. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Out is Lutz now for the New Orleans field goal attempt. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So who saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. DeAndre Carter returning it.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him. And what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That play unable to get started thanks to the defense of Quan Alexander.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Zambrano. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Off play action. Zambrano. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Marquez Callaway deep for New Orleans.
Taking it about the 36. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
DeAndre Carter back deep. Just a 30-yard punt that time.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Just a yard to go here on second down.
Back to throw. Zambrano. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. On first down, Zambrano. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Back to throw again. A dump off for Davis. And he's taken down inside the 30.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll look to throw again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 29 yards.
And Washington has taken the lead.
That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Now the try here for the pulling after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
Callaway, the return man. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, Zambrano. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Zambrano. And that's going to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
On 3rd down, Zambrano. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New Orleans offense set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Throwing on first down. Zambrano. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
7 yards, the pickup there.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Second down and 3.
From the gun, a give to Davis. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. The ball comes out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 2. He'll look to throw. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Saints.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll drop to throw. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Carter now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
To throw on 2nd down. Zambrano nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. He's got the tight end, Vanette.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's a 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown.
Alvin Kamara.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. Here's Carter now on the return.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The New Orleans defense, we get set to watch them go. Coming off that fumble recovery last time, so maybe they come out here with bigger eyes, a little bit more excitement.
No doubt about it, and I would hate to be a guy in the NFL nowadays that has the football in his hands. Because in the old days, you just worried about getting tackled. Now, they're trying to strip the football, create the takeaways, and that's often more embarrassing than getting knocked to the ground.
Have they gotten much better since your playing days at stripping the football?
So far beyond what we used to talk about. Our thing was just securing tackles, and if turnovers were a result of the tackle, that was one thing. But now they want you to secure the tackle, the next guy in, he's working to stripping the ball out, creating takeaways, getting it away from the offense is crucial.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Zambrano. And his throw here is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Zambrano. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
They'll look to throw.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Matthew Ioannidis gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 58 yards.
And Washington has once again taken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And that makes it 14-10. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Callaway, the return man. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw to the right side and complete to Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to Michael Thomas. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Washington offense set to take over.
And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a second down and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football. But when you got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. David Onyemata there on the tackle. Here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Zambrano.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
103 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll hit Jackson, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Zambrano, the quick slant, caught.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Zambrano to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
after the made field goal. Here's Sly to kick this one away. Callaway, the return man. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 7. A minute 47 on the clock. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
To throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. In the hands of Kamara. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New Orleans.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him, focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Washington ready to try again on offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on 1st down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Zambrano. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're
right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Zambrano. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now, part 1 is done. Now part 2. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a first throw here in overtime. Complete. Smith has it. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. First down, he'll drop to throw. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Trying the left side with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.